behaving badly and whether men or women do it better, or should I say do it worse? I don't know. Anyway, behave badly more. We've talked about the guys and the girls and going out and having sex or not having sex, but holidays, now there's the subject, because we all know what it's like. You take foot off of British soil and that's it. You're talking about a whole different story. So we thought we would go to somebody who knows all about holiday romances or like nightlife and such like, and that's Caroline Thompson. Now, you have been a holiday rep for 2 seasons in Ibiza, is that right?
That's right, yeah. The wrinkles are still with me.
You've got that sort of world-weary look about you when you talk about that. Yeah. Are people as wild as they make out when they're on holiday?
Wilder. I think that people tend to leave their brains in their suitcases. They sort of come off the aeroplane and all of a sudden they're just maniacs for beer, going out, drugs in Ibiza especially, and having a really good time. And you very much see the pack element happening. You see the girls coming away on holiday in groups of 4, groups of 6. You see rugby teams coming away, you know, and they're there just for one thing, which is basically to have a really good time and to get off with as many people as they can.
So it's not about finding a man and having a 2-week romance and sending letters afterwards?
Unless they're the local waiter, which does happen, which I can say is understandable in some aspects of the British male species. But
for the most part, it's going out there, having a drink, getting laid.
Basically, and they do it everywhere. You know, doorways, hotel rooms where there's 3 of them sharing a hotel room.
Whoa. You said that far too quickly. Say that again.
Well, you sometimes, you know, you'd occasionally go up and it'd be the day of departure and you'd be knocking on the door and there'd be 6 bodies in the room instead of 3, and you'd be, your coach leaves in 20 minutes, whoever's leaving, could they kindly come out now, and whoever's not, then I'll close my eyes to this sort of thing. It's
so
totally
what, so
different.
like, say 3 girls or 3 guys would have a room, they would all bring their mutual partners back and they'd all be sort of happy.
I don't
shagging.
think, I'm not imagining a gangbang situation. I don't know, I wasn't there. But what I sort of see is you see a couple out on the balcony, a couple in the bathroom and a couple in the bedroom.
Right.
Sort of thing. It seems to be that people's morals and their whole ideas change enormously when they're away on holiday because nobody knows them. You're never going to see anybody again. You're there with your best friends or you're there with your mates, you know, in this case or in that case or whatever. And secrets travel an awful long way.
Do you think it's something that is actually quite natural to women? I mean, you know, obviously boys and girls are doing this kind of behaviour. It's commonly been thought of that that's what men do and women may be doing it, but they don't talk about it. Do you think it is something now that women are changing their attitudes towards, and that's what we're seeing exhibited in mainland UK when they come home from holiday?
I think possibly. I think that it was definitely the case, especially when I was working abroad, that people really did let loose. I mean, nowadays I'm going out in the UK and you certainly do see a certain element of it, but it's nothing like it is when you're abroad. I mean, I also did a ski season where you have a slightly different sort of person going away on holiday to your summer season in Ibiza, and they're still going out hunting in packs, they're still going out having a good time, you know. The local bank would come along and they'd be out and they'd be there, beers, you know, local girls, whatever. I mean, it's a totally different mentality when people are away.
Do you think it's something that really is encouraged when you get abroad? I mean, I remember going to Magaluf with my mum, bless her, and we were in this hotel and it was next to this club called the Stripping Banana, and I mean, what went down in this Stripping Banana? I mean, because it was still, when we got up in the morning, it was still going on. It was still going on, and we were kind of like going out, and everyone in the Stripping Banana was just about to go home. I mean, and you sort of felt, well, with clubs like the Stripping Banana and you get a mix of chimpanzees. I'm not sure that I got that, but
I think when you're
going to have to explain that to me later.
I think when you're a rep, part of your job is to make sure people have a really good holiday. And people's idea of going on holiday is to have a lot of fun. And, admittedly, I've been there egging people on to drink more, to do this or to do whatever, because that's what you're there to do. You get wrapped up in the whole thing.
Alcohol obviously plays a large part in it.
It plays an enormous part in it. I mean, it plays a huge part in it. People drink a lot more when they're away because they're hot, they're sweaty, you know, whatever, they're dehydrated, and it's a lot cheaper.
So any parents that are watching this and their daughter says, I really want to go to Ibiza this year with my friends, they're going to go, oh my God.
There are some really nice parts of it, but there is, like San Antonio is renowned for it, one street, one main strip, lots of sort of fluorescent bars, lots of people just basically falling about in the street. I mean, you know.
Great fun.
Okay. Great fun. Sounds like a lot of fun for a lot of people. I mean, is that everybody's idea of a holiday? Does that genuinely sound like fun? We've got a gentleman who's got something to say.
Right, if this is an issue of whether men or women, who behaves the baddest when they go on holiday, I don't think that even comes into it, because lads are by far worsely behaved than women when they go abroad, full stop. They're getting more scrapes, and I'm not just talking sex here, they get into trouble with the police, they get into fighting. The only difference between when women go away and when lads go away is women are noisier. They can have a half pint of lager and they let the entire bar know, whereas lads go out and get seriously hammered. And so men behave worse, whereas I think women are hilarious when they go abroad.
Right. So you're saying that men behave more badly, but women just get leirier and louder. Do you think that's fair comment?
Well, no, because basically what he's saying is, he's going out and he's saying that they get nicked at the end of the night, or they end up in a scrap, getting beaten up and all that lot. Who wins? We're going out having fun, or we go home to bed. Who wins in the end? We're the one that's actually having the fun.
Yeah, but we behave just as badly.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't have the microphone on.
We behave just as badly, we just don't get caught.
I think it's true that probably women don't get into fights. They don't get arrested as much because I think women do have a bit more sense. But it doesn't mean they're not enjoying themselves and they're not getting what they want out of the evening. That's the important thing. Women now know what they want and they go out and get it. And know what they want is not usually a night in an Ibiza prison, you know?
But do you think that is because actually men are the more aggressive gender and that they will end up having a little bit more of a fight, whereas... Would you think, I mean, men are, you've got to say that men are more, I've witnessed it on this programme that men are more aggressive.
I mean, you summed it up earlier. Are English women the most promiscuous in Europe? How many of these women have had more boyfriends in 2 weeks in Spain, Greece, wherever, than they've had in their 18, 19 years, whatever, in England or London, wherever?
Do you think that's fair comment? Let's have a... Hang on, just let's hear this lady speak. Hang on, Geordie, shut up. Shut up for a second.
It is true, because last year I worked out in Greece for about 4 months. And although I was getting people into bars, I was doing a similar thing to you. Every night I'd see girls coming out to do the same thing every night. They go out, regardless if they're in big groups of girls or with their boyfriends, they go out for 3 things: to shag a local, a rep, and someone that drags you into bars. They go out for all 3, as well as regardless of whether they're going out there with a boyfriend or not. And to be honest, most of the women cause most of the fights out there.
So it's the women that maybe you think it's the women that are causing the rucks that this guy's talking about. Do you think? Yeah. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. 'Cause, I mean, this is a debate about behaving badly, and whereas I think the difference between women is you're just noisier. You don't behave worse.
Okay, so noisier. But during the break, somebody said to me that they felt that one thing that you guys had got wrong was the fact that when women get dressed up to go out and they look nice and they might, you know, have a short skirt, it's not because they necessarily want to pull. And you think that when girls get...
No, they don't want to pull. That's the issue. They go out...
Is that what you're upset about?
Yeah, that's what I'm particularly upset about. They don't want to pull. It's all about... It's like these girls over here, they're in their, like, tight little group. They're getting all pissed up because they've just come out of little middle-class homes and boarding school. And 2 years' time... In 2 years' time, they'll all be married with their little children. But it's all a load of crap. They're not behaving badly, they're just acting like animals at the end of the day.
Well, listen, girls, what are you going to say about that? Acting like animals to come out of your middle class.
Yeah, and I bet you don't drag your girlfriend home to your cave by her hair either.
What do you think about that comment, madam?
Yeah, but you two, I bet you two were a lot worse when you were younger. You're tame now because you're a lot older. I mean, no offence, but, you know.
Yeah, Geordie, I think she's saying you passed it, darling.
It's all, no, I mean... to be honest with you, I'm just not interested in this debate. It's all based on alcohol, and that doesn't, to me, warrant behaving badly. I think these girls have taught the nation a very fundamental lesson tonight. Never drink booze on an empty head.
Geordie, some might say that the lesson that you taught the nation was never to entertain somebody called Geordie because he was going to try and shank you.
And what is wrong with that? That's what we're put on the planet for.
Well, as many people could have a problem with that as you saying that they should drink on an empty head.
Why do you find that so offensive that we want to have sex with girls? Why is it such an offence?
I don't...
Listen, shave your moustache up before you talk to me.
That is what I find offensive. I find that offensive that you can say things like that, actually?
Well, that's because we can behave badly better than them, if that's what you want. Let's show you behaving badly, if that's what you want. They start it. You know, we're trying to have a proper serious... No, we're trying to have a serious discussion, and you're bringing it all down to who drinks the most pints of beer.
No, I'm not bringing it down. What we're actually talking about is girls going out in groups and having fun.
Yeah, but it's all about, we have 20 pints of lager. No, we have 21 pints of lager. That's not behaving badly.
I haven't bothered to talk to you anymore, actually. What were you saying?
Nobody's been talking about how many pints of lager they can drink, and he's talking about us going and drinking on empty heads, and just listen to the comments he's coming out with.
That's empty head.
To me, it seems like you have a judgment that if girls want to go out and have a good time and get pissed as they like, you find it. They shouldn't be doing it because you don't like it. No, I'm not saying that. What would you like to say?
I know a lot of girls, and I know classic girls, and they like fast men. They like guys who go out and get pissed, who grab loads of drugs and just get completely mad. Now, I don't think men find that particularly attractive about women, that you've got women falling on the floor, laying about, completely trolleyed off their faces. I think that women find fast men who are going out getting completely bollocks all the time attractive, and I don't think men find it the other way around. So.
What do you think? What would you say? Do you find fast men? I don't get the impression that when you go out, you necessarily want to get laid anyway.
We're quite happy together. At the end of the night, if we end up talking to these men, fine, but we don't go out looking for men. That isn't the aim at all.
Hang on.
I thought this was a conversation of us being able to go out.
Hang on. Just shut up for a second. They are in touch with their sexuality. They're in touch with what they want to be in touch with, and it's not up to you to dictate what they're in touch with. Just shut up for a second. What were you going to say?
I thought this debate was about whether or not we was acceptable about going out, because we think we are, and we thought you thought we weren't. All it is, what we're trying to say is, OK, everyone's got their different bits and bobs, whatever they're doing, but top and tail of it's just us just wanting to get out, meet everybody, male, female, whoever, and having fun. It's nothing to do with how much alcohol we have.
Yeah, some... It doesn't sound like they're having fun.
I get the impression that you are making a judgment on them based on their class and what they describe as having fun, because you can't see that it's fun. You've decided it's not fun. Do you think that's fair comment?
No, I don't think it's a fair comment. I think you're making that judgment, I'm not.
OK, well, what would you like to say?
Because I'm actually from a middle-class background, I've just cultivated this accent, so I can't be...
So what is your issue? What is your issue with the netball girls?
My issue with the netball girls is they consider getting pissed as behaving badly, which I don't think it is. I just think it's acting like an idiot.
A fella behaves badly.
What were you about to say, madam?
This debate was opened up on the issue of girl power, and it comes down to two things. I mean, everyone here's arguing about whether alcohol does affect you, makes you act really, well, bad behaviour. But these two in the front, they're talking about women getting really dressed up and wearing short skirts and just trying to look really sexy. When it comes down to it, girls have got the power to either get really trashed or do that, because they can go out now and they can really flirt, get the attention that they want to get, and at the end of the night, they can say, up yours.
Yeah. Or they can go. What I find interesting about this, though, is that actually there were some girls saying, yeah, I can drink as much as the men, but it was not an issue. Then suddenly it's become an issue because they say they can drink as much as men, and you think that's terrible. I didn't actually hear anybody saying that much. Our rep here did say that alcohol played a large part in it.
What is the difference between going out having a laugh, getting the attention you want, and saying whatever you said off that you couldn't say before? Did you say it before and get raped? No. So
sorry,
what is the difference? You can say that before, though. Could you say that to a man who say, what are you frightened of saying?
But what you don't seem to get is that girls are quite happy getting dressed up, going out with their girls, and it not turning into anything, and they can go home. What do you think about what these guys are saying? Yes, you haven't said anything, madam. This lady hasn't said anything, so it's her turn to speak.
Everybody's out shouting each other about I can act worse than you, but I mean that's just proving you're an idiot. Why the hell does anyone want to go out and prove that they can be more laddish than men? I mean, they had enough of man doing it, and I think it's sad when women want to be the same.
Exactly. Which was our point.
I just think that they're taking the wrong attitude towards us having friendship and the special bond that women have, because they're not a part of it, and they're just jealous of that because they can't... We're on a girls' night out, and men find it difficult to approach women because we're so strong when we're together, and you can see that we intimidate them.
Yeah. And it's now socially acceptable to do
fair enough. A lot of men intimidate women when they're together, but they don't like it because we're out and we're a unit and we're doing exactly what they do.
OK, we've got a few seconds. Who wants to have the last one?
I mean, I think what she's saying is very true, because what we actually do on the party bus, because the majority of our business is female, we actually create that atmosphere that you can actually enjoy what you want to do without worrying about anybody else.
Okay, it's the end of the programme. I'm really sorry about that. It's got very, very heated indeed. Thanks for watching. It does seem to be that it doesn't really matter whether the men are behaving worse than the women. They're just behaving. Hey, have a good time. Take care.